Behind the glittering facade, many of its biggest icons lived double lives, forced to hide their true selves to survive in an industry obsessed with perfection. Love was often forbidden, and secrets were currency. What really went on behind closed doors in old Hollywood's most guarded closets? Ramon Novarro. Ramon Novarro, best known for his iconic role in Ben-Hur, 1925, was one of the first Latin heartthrobs of Hollywood's silent film era. His good looks and captivating screen presence turned him into a global star, but his personal life was far from the glamorous image he projected. Born in Mexico to a deeply religious Catholic family, Novarro struggled with his identity throughout his life. Being gay in 1920s America, especially under the harsh moral restrictions of the Hollywood studio system, was something he could never acknowledge publicly. Behind the scenes, he lived a life filled with secrecy, shame, and loneliness. He turned to alcohol to cope with the pressure of hiding his true self. Sadly, his life ended in a horrifying tragedy in 1968. Two brothers, posing as companions, visited his home, hoping to rob him. When they didn't find the money they expected, they brutally murdered him. His death shocked Hollywood and exposed the harsh realities LGBTQ+ actors faced, living in fear of both societal rejection and personal danger. Novarro's legacy remains a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made by closeted stars of the past. Cary Grant. Cary Grant, one of Hollywood's most charming leading men, dazzled audiences with unforgettable performances in films like North by Northwest, 1959, and To Catch a Thief. His on-screen persona was that of a suave, debonair ladies' man, but rumors about his personal life persisted throughout his career. His close and long-standing friendship with fellow actor Randolph Scott fueled gossip columns for decades. The two shared a home for over 12 years, playfully dubbed Bachelor Hall by the press, and were often photographed in relaxed, intimate settings that seemed more than friendly. Despite these rumors, Grant married 5 times, possibly as a means to deflect public suspicion. He never directly addressed the speculation, except for one playful comment to a journalist, "Everyone says I'm gay, I guess I am." Some saw this as tongue-in-cheek, while others interpreted it as a candid admission. Regardless of what the truth may have been, Cary Grant remained an iconic figure whose charm transcended labels. His enduring legacy is a blend of charisma, sophistication, and mystery, a true Hollywood enigma whose personal life still intrigues fans to this day. 3. Randolph Scott. Randolph Scott was one of Hollywood's most celebrated stars of Western films, known for his rugged good looks and commanding presence on screen. Off-screen, his personal life sparked endless speculation, largely because of his close bond with Cary Grant. The two shared a Los Angeles mansion for over a decade, leading to widespread rumors about their relationship. They often posed together for publicity photos, showing a domestic happiness usually reserved for married couples. Despite the persistent gossip, neither Scott nor Grant ever confirmed or denied the nature of their relationship. Scott eventually married heiress Patricia Stillman, and the couple adopted 2 children, though many believe this was done to silence ongoing rumors. Unlike Grant, Scott faded into a quiet retirement, leaving Hollywood behind without ever addressing the speculation. Even after his death in 1987, questions about his relationship with Grant remained unanswered, solidifying Scott's place as one of the Golden Age's most mysterious and intriguing stars. His enduring friendship with Grant continues to fascinate Hollywood historians and fans alike. 4. Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson was the epitome of the Hollywood leading man in the 1950s and 60s, with dashing roles in films like Giant and Pillow Talk. His rugged masculinity and heart-stopping looks made him the ultimate screen idol. But behind the scenes, Hudson lived a carefully guarded secret life as a gay man, a reality that could have ended his career if exposed. His studio, Universal Pictures, went to great lengths to maintain the illusion of heterosexual perfection, even arranging a sham marriage to his secretary, Phyllis Gates. Though many in Hollywood's inner circles knew the truth, Hudson kept up appearances to avoid the career-ending scandal that being openly gay would have caused. His life took a tragic turn when he was diagnosed with AIDS in the early 1980s. In 1985, he publicly revealed his illness, becoming one of the first celebrities to do so. His brave admission helped change public perceptions of AIDS, transforming him into an unexpected advocate for awareness and compassion. Rock Hudson's life remains a symbol of resilience, secrecy, and ultimately groundbreaking honesty in the face of societal prejudice. 5. Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift was one of Hollywood's most talented and intense actors, remembered for films like From Here to Eternity and A Place in the Sun. He had an unrivaled ability to convey deep emotion on screen, earning him a reputation as one of the best actors of his generation. But Clift's personal life was far more complicated. Though never publicly out, his close friends, including Elizabeth Taylor, knew he was gay. Taylor remained one of his fiercest supporters throughout his life. Despite his success, Clift struggled with self-acceptance, substance abuse, and the pressures of fame. His life took a tragic turn after a devastating car accident in 1956, which left him disfigured and in chronic pain. The accident only intensified his dependence on alcohol and prescription drugs, making his later years a sad contrast to his early success. Clift passed away in 1966 at just 45 years old. His legacy endures as both a brilliant actor and a tragic figure whose struggles epitomize the harsh realities of living as a closeted gay man in Hollywood's unforgiving spotlight. Anthony Perkins. Anthony Perkins will forever be remembered as Norman Bates in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, but few know the personal struggles he faced behind the scenes. Perkins lived much of his life as a closeted gay man during a time when being openly gay would have meant the end of his career. He had secret relationships with men, including fellow actor Tab Hunter, though he eventually married photographer Barry Berenson and had 2 sons. Perkins's life was a tightrope walk between personal truth and professional survival. Despite his family life, those close to him were aware of his same-sex relationships. In the 1980s, when the AIDS epidemic devastated the LGBTQ+ community, Perkins contracted the virus but kept his illness a closely guarded secret. He passed away from AIDS-related pneumonia in 1992, just a day before his 60th birthday. His death, like much of his life, was steeped in secrecy, but his immense talent and unforgettable performances left an indelible mark on film history. Raymond Burr. Raymond Burr, best known for his long-running TV roles in Perry Mason and Ironside, built a legendary career while concealing his true self from the public. To deflect suspicion, Burr invented a tragic backstory about a deceased wife and son, a tale he repeated throughout his life. In reality, Burr lived quietly with his partner, actor Robert Benavides, for 35 years. Though many in Hollywood knew the truth, Burr kept his personal life private, fearing it would jeopardize his career. He and Benavides shared a deep bond, creating a successful vineyard together and building a peaceful life away from the spotlight. Burr's ability to maintain such a prominent public persona while living authentically behind closed doors reflects the lengths LGBTQ+ stars had to go to survive in Hollywood's restrictive environment. His legacy endures as one of television's most beloved stars, remembered not only for his iconic roles, but also for the personal strength he showed in navigating a harsh, judgmental industry. 8. Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy, one of Hollywood's most acclaimed actors, is remembered for iconic films like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, 1967, and Judgment at Nuremberg, 1961. On screen, he radiated power, intensity, and integrity. Off-screen, however, his life was far more complicated. Tracy was rumored to have relationships with both men and women, though he kept a tight lid on his personal life. His most public relationship was with Katharine Hepburn, with whom he starred in 9 films. While their partnership was celebrated, many insiders have suggested it was more of a deep friendship than a romantic affair. Tracy was married to Louise Treadwell, though they lived apart for most of their lives. His devout Catholic faith prevented him from divorcing her, adding to his emotional turmoil. Throughout his life, he battled severe depression and alcoholism, often disappearing for days on drinking binges. Hollywood insiders have whispered about Tracy's alleged relationships with men, though nothing was ever confirmed. In the end, Spencer Tracy's personal struggles, mixed with his brilliant career, created a legacy marked by both triumph and tragedy, one that still fascinates film historians and fans alike. James Dean. James Dean became the face of rebellious youth with unforgettable performances in Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, and East of Eden, 1955. His brooding intensity and striking good looks catapulted him to instant stardom, but his life was tragically cut short at age 24 in a fatal car crash. Though his career was brief, Dean left behind a legacy filled with mystery, not just about his acting potential, but also about his personal life. Dean's sexuality has been a topic of speculation for decades. He was romantically linked to both men and women, including fellow actor William Bast, who later confirmed their relationship. His most talked about connection was with Marlon Brando, with claims that they had a complex, sometimes toxic dynamic. Dean also had brief romances with women like Pia Angeli and Ursula Andress, though insiders suggest these relationships were often for publicity. Dean himself never confirmed anything but famously remarked, "I'm not going to go through life with one hand tied behind my back." His untimely death only deepened the enigma, making him a timeless cultural and LGBTQ+ icon. 10. Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando, the legendary star of A Streetcar Named Desire, 1951, and The Godfather, 1972, revolutionized acting with his raw, method-driven performances. But beyond his groundbreaking career, Brando's personal life was just as complex and often scandalous. He famously declared, "Like a large number of men, I too have had homosexual experiences, and I am not ashamed." This rare moment of honesty stunned the public in a time when few celebrities dared to be so open. Brando was rumoured to have romantic ties with a number of men, including James Dean, Cary Grant, and even comedian Richard Pryor, whose widow later confirmed the affair. His relationship with Dean was said to be emotionally intense and fueled by dominance and jealousy. Brando's romantic entanglements with women were equally legendary, resulting in multiple marriages and several children. He lived life unapologetically, caring little for societal labels. In an industry obsessed with image, Brando's willingness to embrace life on his terms, both professionally and personally, made him a trailblazer whose influence still resonates in Hollywood today. Tab Hunter. Tab Hunter was the golden boy of 1950s Hollywood, starring in hit films like Damn Yankees, 1958. With his chiseled good looks and charming smile, he was a teenage heartthrob adored by millions. But while he publicly dated starlets like Natalie Wood, Hunter was hiding a deep secret. He was gay. Hollywood studios orchestrated fake relationships to preserve his image, as coming out would have ended his career instantly. Behind the scenes, Hunter was involved in a passionate, long-term relationship with Psycho star Anthony Perkins. Their romance had to be kept in the shadows due to Hollywood's harsh anti-LGBTQ+ environment. In 2005, at the age of 74, Hunter finally shared his truth in his memoir, Tab Hunter Confidential, revealing the struggles of living a double life in a judgmental industry. His bravery in coming out so late in life helped rewrite his legacy from Hollywood heartthrob to LGBTQ+ icon. His story continues to inspire generations of actors still navigating Hollywood's evolving but still challenging climate. William Haynes. William Haynes was one of the biggest silent film stars of the 1920s, starring in hits like Show People in 1928 and Tell It to the Marines in 1926. His career was on fire and he was beloved for his charm and charisma. But Haynes made a choice few in Hollywood dared to make. He chose love over fame. Haynes was openly gay within his inner circle and lived with his partner, Jimmy Shields, at a time when such openness was unheard of. When MGM's studio head Louis B. Mayer demanded Haynes enter into a fake marriage to maintain his career, Haynes refused. As a result, he was blacklisted and effectively forced out of Hollywood. But this didn't break him. He reinvented himself as an interior designer, creating stunning homes for some of Hollywood's biggest stars, including Mayer himself. Haynes and Shields lived together for nearly 50 years, until Haynes's death in 1973. Their love story is often considered one of Hollywood's first openly gay power couples, a symbol of defiance, loyalty, and enduring love. 13. Cesar Romero. Cesar Romero, best known for his unforgettable role as the Joker in the 1960s Batman TV series, was one of the few Hollywood stars who never married, sparking endless rumors about his personal life. With his striking looks and undeniable charisma, Romero lit up the screen in films like The Thin Man and Ocean's 11. But beyond the spotlight, he lived a private life, quietly embracing his identity as a gay man within the entertainment industry. Although Romero never officially came out, those close to him knew the truth. He was frequently spotted at industry events with male companions and made no effort to hide his preferences from friends. Hollywood gossip magazines speculated endlessly about his love life, but Romero never addressed the rumors publicly. His career spanned more than 5 decades, a remarkable feat given the industry's hostile climate toward LGBTQ+ individuals at the time. Romero remains an icon, not just for his unforgettable roles, but also for living authentically in an era when doing so could have cost him everything. 14. Richard Chamberlain. Richard Chamberlain rose to stardom in the 1960s as TV's first heartthrob, starring as Dr. Kildare before captivating audiences in The Thornbirds and Shogun. With his classic good looks and undeniable talent, Chamberlain was the romantic lead millions adored. But his real-life love story was hidden for decades. Behind the scenes, he was deeply in love with actor-producer Martin Rebet, his partner of 33 years. For much of his career, Chamberlain stayed closeted, fearing that being openly gay would end his career. He only came out publicly in 2003, at the age of 69, through his memoir, Shattered Love. In the book, he described the emotional toll of living a double life, as well as the joy he found in his long-term relationship. His coming out inspired many LGBTQ+ actors, proving that it's never too late to live your truth. Chamberlain's legacy is one of talent, resilience, and personal courage, a reminder that love and authenticity can triumph even in the most image-conscious industry in the world. 15. Charles Laughton. Charles Laughton, the Oscar-winning actor known for his unforgettable performance in Witness for the Prosecution, 1957, was one of the most talented and versatile actors of Hollywood's golden age. He excelled in complex roles that required emotional depth and commanding presence. However, his personal life was far from the open-book performances he gave on screen. Laughton was gay, though he could never live openly due to the era's harsh societal norms. He married actress Elsa Lanchester in 1929, and while they appeared to be the perfect artistic couple, their relationship was reportedly more of a supportive friendship than a traditional marriage. Lanchester later revealed that they never had children because Laughton was gay. Industry insiders whispered about his relationships with several men, though nothing was ever confirmed publicly. Some sources even claim that he had affairs with younger actors and men he worked with on film sets. Despite living a closeted life, Laughton left an enduring legacy in Hollywood, remembered not only for his unforgettable performances, but also for quietly defying societal norms in a world that left little room for personal freedom. 16. Robert Reed. Robert Reed became America's ideal father, playing Mike Brady on The Brady Bunch, a role that cemented his image as the head of the perfect TV family. Behind the scenes, however, Reed faced a very different reality. He was a closeted gay man, forced to keep his personal life hidden to protect his career in the conservative entertainment world of the 1970s. Coming out would have been career suicide, especially while starring in a family-friendly show centered on traditional American values. Though he portrayed a devoted husband and father on screen, Reed lived in secrecy, battling personal struggles and isolation. His sexuality was something only close friends and colleagues knew about, though industry rumors circulated. After his death in 1992 from colon cancer, it was revealed that he had also contracted HIV. The public was shocked, as Reed's private life had remained hidden throughout his career. His passing became a pivotal moment in Hollywood, sparking conversations about privacy, representation, and the sacrifices LGBTQ+ stars had to make to survive in show business. Tyrone Power. Tyrone Power was one of the biggest stars of the 1930s and 1940s, captivating audiences with his swashbuckling roles in The Mark of Zorro, 1940, and Blood and Sand, 1941. With his dashing looks and undeniable charisma, he was the ultimate leading man. Yet, Power's off-screen life was far more complex than the heroic characters he portrayed. Throughout his career, rumors circulated about his sexuality, with stories suggesting he was romantically involved with both men and women. Hollywood insiders often link Power to fellow male actors and industry figures, though the studios worked hard to keep his personal life under wraps. He married 3 times and had children, possibly as a way to maintain a public image that fit the expectations of the time. Despite the speculation, Power never addressed the rumours directly. Tragically, he died of a heart attack at just 44 while filming Solomon and Sheba in 1958. Though Hollywood's gossip machine tried to define him, Tyrone Power remains remembered for his unforgettable screen presence and the legacy of mystery surrounding his personal life. 18. Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury, the electrifying frontman of Queen, redefined rock music with his unparalleled voice, larger-than-life stage presence, and unforgettable hits like Bohemian Rhapsody and We Are the Champions. While Mercury lived openly among friends and those in the music world, he kept his personal life private from the public for most of his career. His bold, flamboyant style made him a trailblazer, but coming out publicly as gay in the 1970s and 80s could have jeopardized his career. Despite persistent rumors, Mercury rarely discussed his sexuality, though his long-term relationships with men, particularly Jim Hutton, were well known in his inner circle. In 1987, Mercury was diagnosed with AIDS, but chose to keep his illness secret until just 1 day before his death in 1991. His passing shocked the world and raised global awareness about AIDS, changing public perceptions of the disease. Today, Freddie Mercury is celebrated as a music legend and LGBTQ+ icon, whose authenticity and talent continue to inspire generations of artists and fans alike. 19. George Takei. George Takei soared to stardom as Hikaru Sulu on Star Trek, becoming one of the first Asian American actors to gain international fame. But beyond his groundbreaking acting career, Takei's personal journey was equally extraordinary. He lived most of his early career in the closet, hiding his sexuality for fear that coming out would destroy his chances in a notoriously homophobic industry. It wasn't until 2005, long after his Star Trek fame, that Takei publicly came out as gay. His announcement came in response to California's heated debate over same-sex marriage. Since then, Takei has become one of the most outspoken and beloved LGBTQ+ activists in the world, using his platform to advocate for equal rights and social justice. He married his longtime partner, Brad Altman, in 2008, becoming a symbol of love and resilience. Takei's remarkable journey from closeted actor to celebrated activist has made him a true cultural icon whose influence extends far beyond the world of Star Trek. 20. Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor revolutionized comedy with his fearless, uncensored takes on race, identity, and human struggle. His sharp wit and boundary-pushing routines made him a legend. Yet Pryor's personal life was as complicated and intense as his comedy. Known for his volatile relationships and struggles with substance abuse, Pryor surprised the public when his widow, Jennifer Lee, confirmed that he had a romantic relationship with actor Marlon Brando. Jennifer described Pryor as unapologetically open about his sexual experiences, especially during the free-spirited 1970s. Music producer Quincy Jones also backed up the claims, adding fuel to long-standing rumors. While some dismissed the revelations as gossip, Pryor himself had spoken about his fluid sexuality in private conversations. His willingness to explore his identity, even during a time when such openness was rare, reflects the complexity of a man whose legacy transcends comedy. Today, Richard Pryor is remembered not only as a comedic genius, but also as someone who defied social conventions, living life on his own terms. 21. John Travolta. John Travolta rose to fame in the 1970s with Saturday Night Fever and Grease, becoming one of Hollywood's most recognizable stars. His charm, talent, and dancing skills won him millions of fans worldwide. However, Travolta's personal life has long been surrounded by persistent rumors about his sexuality. Over the years, several lawsuits from men alleging inappropriate advances have kept these rumors alive, though Travolta has always denied the accusations. His long marriage to actress Kelly Preston, who passed away in 2020, helped bolster his public image as a family man. However, stories about Travolta's private encounters have continued to resurface. Despite the ongoing gossip, Travolta remains a respected actor with a career spanning decades. His refusal to publicly address speculation has only fueled curiosity, making him one of Hollywood's most enduring and enigmatic figures. Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper is one of the most respected journalists in the world, known for his sharp reporting on Anderson Cooper 360° on CNN. His personal life was often the subject of speculation until 2012, when he came out as gay in a heartfelt public letter. He wrote, "The fact is, I'm gay, always have been, always will be, and I couldn't be happier." His coming out was seen as a milestone for LGBTQ+ visibility in mainstream media. As the son of fashion icon Gloria Vanderbilt, Cooper grew up in the spotlight, but chose to build a career based on integrity and hard work. Since coming out, he has used his platform to advocate for LGBTQ rights, while continuing to excel in journalism. His candidness helped pave the way for greater acceptance in the media world, making him a trailblazer in more ways than one. 23. Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo, the Swedish-born star of Camille, 1936, and Anna Karenina, 1935, was one of Hollywood's most iconic and mysterious figures. Her stunning beauty and hauntingly intense performances captivated audiences, but her personal life was famously off-limits. Garbo fiercely protected her privacy, earning her the nickname the Swedish Sphinx. She rarely gave interviews, avoided premieres, and famously declared, "I want to be alone." Despite her reclusive nature, rumors about her romantic life swirled for decades. The most persistent speculation linked her to Mercedes D'Acosta, a writer and socialite known for her many high-profile affairs with women. D'Acosta even wrote about their alleged relationship in her memoir, though Garbo never acknowledged it publicly. Some historians believe Garbo's refusal to discuss her personal life allowed her legacy to remain shrouded in intrigue. Whether the rumors were true or not, Garbo's mystique only grew over time. Her enigmatic charm, timeless beauty, and reclusive persona continue to fascinate film lovers, making her one of the most enduring legends in Hollywood history. 24. Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead was Hollywood's wild child, an unapologetic, uninhibited star who lived life on her own terms. Known for her powerhouse performances in films like Lifeboat, 1944, and her electrifying stage career, Bankhead was equally famous for her outrageous personality and razor-sharp wit. Her larger-than-life persona made her a Hollywood rebel and a true original in an industry obsessed with conformity. Unlike many of her peers, Bankhead didn't hide her bisexuality. She openly admitted to romantic relationships with both men and women, famously quipping, "I'm as pure as the driven slush." Her rumoured lovers included Hollywood actresses like Marlene Dietrich and singers like Billie Holiday. Bankhead's devil-may-care attitude toward love and social conventions shocked polite society, but she didn't seem to care. Her refusal to conform made her a queer icon long before the term existed. Despite career ups and downs, her legendary wit, bold style, and unbreakable spirit secured her place as one of the most unforgettable figures in Hollywood history. 25. Judy Garland. Judy Garland is forever remembered as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, 1939. But her real life was far from a fairy tale. Garland was one of Hollywood's most talented and beloved stars, with a voice that could break your heart and lift your spirits at the same time. However, behind the glittering spotlight, she endured personal struggles, including addiction, mental health issues, and career pressures that weighed heavily on her soul. Despite her hardships, Garland found an everlasting place in LGBTQ+ history. Her ability to express deep emotions through song resonated with marginalized communities, particularly gay men, who saw her as a symbol of resilience and survival. Some cultural historians even credit her untimely death in 1969 as sparking the Stonewall riots, which launched the modern LGBTQ+ rights movement. Whether or not that's true, Garland's enduring appeal as a queer icon is undeniable. Her legacy goes far beyond her legendary career. She became a beacon of hope and defiance for anyone struggling to find acceptance in a harsh world. 26. Laurence Olivier. Laurence Olivier is considered one of the greatest actors of all time, with iconic performances in Hamlet, 1948, Rebecca, 1940, and countless Shakespearean roles. His powerful stage presence and film career earned him a place among Hollywood's elite. Yet, despite his public image as the ultimate British gentleman, Olivier's personal life has long been the subject of speculation. Biographers have suggested that Olivier may have been bisexual, pointing to close, possibly romantic, relationships with actors like Danny Kaye. His tumultuous marriage to actress Vivien Leigh, known for her mental health struggles, only added fuel to the fire. Some accounts claim that Olivier struggled privately with his identity while maintaining a traditional family image to protect his career. Whether the rumours hold truth or not, Olivier's undeniable talent and mastery of his craft left a lasting legacy in film and theatre. His work continues to inspire generations of actors, while the intrigue surrounding his personal life adds another layer to his enigmatic legend. 27. Mae West. Mae West was one of the boldest, most provocative stars to ever grace the silver screen. With her sultry voice, sharp wit, and unapologetic attitude, she became a Hollywood sensation in films like She Done Him Wrong, 1933, and I'm No Angel, 1933. West was ahead of her time, challenging societal norms with her sexually liberated persona, both on and off screen. Though she was married briefly, West remained a fiercely independent woman. She openly supported LGBTQ rights long before it was fashionable, frequently hiring gay performers and including drag acts in her shows. West reportedly had many close relationships with gay men and often dismissed public criticism with her signature sass. "It's not the men in my life that count, it's the life in my men," she famously quipped. Her fearless defiance of societal expectations turned her into an enduring LGBTQ+ icon. Even today, Mae West's legacy lives on as a symbol of confidence, independence, and unapologetic self-expression. 28. Vincent Price. Vincent Price, the master of horror known for chilling performances in films like House of Wax, 1953, and The Fly, 1958, was also a man of many secrets. His deep voice and sinister charm made him a horror legend, but his private life remained a mystery for most of his career. Despite being married 3 times, rumours about Price's sexuality persisted for decades. Hollywood insiders whispered that Price may have been bisexual, though he never publicly addressed the speculation. His daughter, Victoria Price, later confirmed that her father was openly bisexual among close friends. Price's personal life remained discreet, likely because of the intense social stigma of his time. Beyond his acting career, Price was a passionate art collector, a gourmet cook, and a thoughtful intellectual, far more complex than the villains he portrayed on screen. His legacy endures as a true Renaissance man, celebrated for his talent, sophistication, and quiet defiance of Hollywood's rigid expectations. 29. Liberace. Liberace was a one-of-a-kind entertainer, famous for his dazzling costumes, extravagant piano performances, and flamboyant personality. Known simply as Mr. Showmanship, he lit up stages around the world, becoming one of the highest-paid entertainers of his time. Despite his over-the-top style, Liberace fiercely denied being gay throughout his career, even suing newspapers that suggested otherwise. Behind the glitz, however, he lived a secret life filled with long-term relationships with men, including Scott Thorson, whose memoir inspired the film Behind the Candelabra. Liberace's refusal to come out publicly was likely due to the fear of losing his career in a deeply homophobic era. When he died in 1987 from AIDS-related complications, the world mourned the loss of a musical genius. Today, he is celebrated as a symbol of unapologetic extravagance and queer visibility. A figure whose legacy shines as brightly as his rhinestone-covered suits. 30. Sal Mineo. Sal Mineo shot to fame as the troubled teenager Plato in Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, earning him 2 Academy Award nominations before he turned 20. Despite his early success, his career declined in the 1960s, partly due to Hollywood's discomfort with his openness about his sexuality. By the late 1960s, Mineo was living as an openly gay man, something almost unheard of in the industry at the time. Tragically, Mineo's life ended in violence. In 1976, he was stabbed to death outside his Los Angeles home at just 37 years old. His murder shocked Hollywood and left many wondering what more he could have accomplished. Today, Sal Mineo is remembered not only for his groundbreaking roles, but also for his courage in living authentically in an unforgiving industry. His legacy endures as a pioneer who helped pave the way for greater LGBTQ+ representation in Hollywood. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.